when Ferrari decides that building the world's most powerful supercars is no longer enough? What happens when the brand famous for speed, racing, and Italian perfection looks at the luxury motorhome world and says, let's break everything? The answer is right in front of you. This massive, bright yellow creation, officially called the 2026 Ferrari Super Motorhome. A machine so shocking and so aggressively futuristic that it doesn't just challenge expectations, it destroys them. And here on Future Glide, we're about to explore why this outrageous $8 million beast is not just the most extreme motorhome ever imagined, but a full-blown revolution on wheels. At first sight, this machine looks unreal, almost like something out of a sci-fi movie, or a billionaire's private fantasy drawn into reality. The shape is beyond bold. Razor-sharp Ferrari lines, supercar-inspired edges, and a front face that looks like a hypercar turned into a giant. The bright yellow paint glows like polished gold under sunlight, and the massive panoramic glass wall on the side immediately steals your attention. It doesn't just let you see inside, it reveals a whole world in there. A two-level structure towers above the ground, making the motorhome look more like a moving luxury residence than a vehicle. The front is pure Ferrari attitude. Slim headlights, deep air vents, and a bumper that feels like it's ready to race on a Formula One track. No other motorhome in the world has ever looked this aggressive, this artistic, and this expensive. But looks are just the beginning. Underneath this enormous luxury shell is something so wild that it sounds unbelievable. Ferrari has engineered this monster with a hybrid V12 engine pushing over 1,000 horsepower. Just try to wrap your mind around that. This isn't a sports car, not a hypercar. It's a giant 20-ton luxury home that has more horsepower than many race cars. This thing doesn't simply move forward. It launches, hitting 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds, something no RV, no matter how expensive, has ever come close to doing. Ferrari didn't just want to make a motorhome. They wanted to build the fastest, meanest, most powerful luxury machine ever placed on wheels, and by the looks of it, they succeeded. The moment your eyes wander from the outside to the inside, the shock continues. Through the giant glass window, you can see an interior that looks nothing like an RV. In fact, it looks more like the inside of a private jet mixed with the cockpit of a Ferrari race car. Smooth Italian materials, carefully sculpted surfaces, layered LED ambient lighting. Every detail feels precise, polished, and designed to impress. Even from the outside, you can see the lounge section glowing in deep blue light, shaped with curves and symmetry that scream modern luxury. This space doesn't feel like travel. It feels like stepping into a futuristic luxury club that just happens to be driving down the road. Move toward the front and the cockpit instantly proves that Ferrari didn't compromise for even a second. The entire driver's area looks like it's been lifted straight from a Formula One simulator. The racing-inspired steering wheel, the carbon fiber panels, the massive curved digital display. Everything feels high-tech, high-performance, and extremely Ferrari. When you sit behind that wheel, you don't feel like you're driving a motorhome. You feel like you're piloting a next-generation vehicle built to dominate highways the same way Ferrari dominates racetracks. And then the lighting. It's alive. It changes based on driving mode. Red when you're in sport mode, blue when you're cruising at night, warm gold when you're parked and relaxing. It reacts to you like it's part of your heartbeat. And just when you think this $8 million machine can't surprise you anymore, the rear section delivers the knockout twist. Hidden inside the back of this giant beast is a secret garage. Yes, you heard that right. A private parking space inside the motorhome. That means you can carry your own Ferrari supercar with you wherever you go. Imagine pulling up to an event, opening the back of your motorhome, and driving out in a Ferrari. That's not luxury, that's dominance. That's the type of wealth that doesn't need to speak. It just arrives and the world falls silent. Only Ferrari could think of something this outrageous, this extravagant, and this wildly over the top. Ferrari didn't hold back on technology either. The entire roof is covered with next-gen solar panels that feed power into a hypercar-inspired battery system. You can go off-grid for days without worrying about electricity. Everything from lighting to entertainment runs smoothly on clean, stored energy. Whether you're traveling through deserts, forests, mountains, or open highways, this motorhome brings its own energy, its own systems, and its own comfort. It doesn't need the world. It is its own world. A Ferrari-inspired bedroom featuring warm lighting, gold accents, and a modern bed. Soft textures, mirrored surfaces, and ambient glow create a refined, comfortable atmosphere suited for high-end travel interiors. A sleek, themed kitchen with glossy cabinets, marble counters, and subtle lighting. Smart layout, reflective finishes, and organized storage deliver a functional, elegant cooking space ideal for premium mobile living. And a modern-style bathroom with dark finishes. Illuminated details and a sculpted tub, clean lines, glass elements, and smooth textures create a calming, sophisticated environment within an upscale interior setting. And then there are the materials, everything handcrafted, everything elite, Italian leather like you see in Ferrari supercars, aerospace-grade aluminum frames, carbon fiber elements, supercar glass. Everything inside this machine feels rare, expensive, and flawlessly built. This is why it costs $8 million. This is why only a handful of people on Earth will ever get one. And here's the craziest part. Ferrari isn't selling these to normal millionaires. You need to already own multiple Ferrari vehicles just to be considered. It's not about buying it, it's about being worthy of buying it. So what exactly is the 2026 Ferrari Super Motorhome? It's not an RV. It's not a luxury car. It's not even a mansion. It is a symbol, a message that says money isn't enough. You need passion, power, taste, and the status to own something that most people will only ever see on the internet. This is Ferrari, taking luxury to a level no one asked for, but everyone is now obsessed with. And that brings us to the final question, one that decides everything. If you had the chance to travel anywhere in the world with this $8 million Ferrari Super Motorhome, where would you go first? Tell me in the comments, because here on Future Glide, I want to know your dream destination.